No.
That's ratchet. I stuck my tongue out. Hey guys, it's Johnny P. Merry Christmas, or Merry Not Christmas, because this video is going to be posted after Christmas. And I'm literally spending my Christmas recording this video because that's what happens when you live in LA. You pretty much work and hustle every day. There are no days off. But anyway, after creating my Move to LA video, I got a lot of questions. I've had a few other people reach out to me and ask me, hey, I'm looking to move to Cali. Do you know which areas are best? Like for price, for safety within Los Angeles. So I decided to gather up the top neighborhoods in Los Angeles and share them with you in case you're making your move to the City of Angels. Enjoy. When I started researching my move to LA, I literally had no idea what anything was, where anything was, or just anything really about Los Angeles. I was even searching different places, and I was even pronouncing everything wrong. I was pronouncing this one city Vanoise, but it's actually called Van Nuys. There's a part of LA called Los Feliz, or Los Feliz, and I was totally pronouncing that wrong too. Along with all of the other street names here. Wilshire is really pronounced Wilshire, and it's not rodeo, it's rodeo. That's a little bit of LA knowledge for you. And this video will prepare you from the embarrassment and lack of knowledge on your move to LA. So first, let me give you guys an overview of LA. So the city of Los Angeles actually has 4 million people, the county has 10 million people, and the full general area, including like the county next door, which is Orange County, has 19 million people. So that pretty much means that everything is in LA, but not everything is actually in one spot. So if you're deciding to move to Los Angeles and you have difficulty finding a neighborhood that you should move to, I would base it on these 3 following things. Rule number 1, I would move to a place that's in close proximity to your job or your workplace. Number 2, how deep are your pockets? What's your budget? Of course, money is going to play a big factor in the area you're going to live in because each area has its different price points. Number 3, find a neighborhood that truly fits your personality best. There's so many different communities here in Los Angeles. If you're moving out here, you want to be somewhere that you're going to be able to enjoy. I'll go ahead and break down to you guys the top 6 areas that you should move to. Be sure to stay till the end of the video because I will be sharing with you guys the...
The fuck? Oh my gosh.
Be sure to stay till the end of the video because all these neighborhoods are very different in diversity and in price, because you don't want to end up like in a place where, I don't know, like you're gonna get shot, or like you don't want to be a hipster in Beverly Hills.
Bougie ass person.
A bougie person in Echo Park. Alright, so the first neighborhoods that I am gonna recommend are the beach cities of Southern California. So LA actually has a few different beach cities along the coast, which tend to be a little more pricey, but are really good areas if you want to be near the airport and of course by the water. They're a little more pricier than living more inland, but there are also different cities within the beach cities that are cheaper and more expensive. All of the beach cities are very unique and they all have their own vibe. For example, Santa Monica is very touristy and expensive, and you're gonna find a lot of younger people and a lot of young professionals who enjoy that busyness of the city. Whereas in Manhattan Beach, which is just a little tiny bit south of Santa Monica, it's very family oriented. It's a whole different vibe. It's much cleaner and much less touristy. Other beaches to consider are beaches like Redondo Beach, Newport Beach, and also the infamous Venice Beach. So if you're looking to live by the beach and you have a lot of money to spend, I would definitely choose Santa Monica because it's very cultural and has lots of things to do. If you're trying to just save money and still bum by the beach, choose Venice Beach because it's much cheaper than all of the other beach cities. On to the next areas. Silver Lake, Echo Park, and Los Feliz, or Los Feliz. How do you say it, Yessie?
Los Feliz?
There you go, Los Feliz. Because it's named Spanish and Yessie speaks Spanish. Get it? Okay. So these areas of LA are more east and away from the ocean. These areas are a bit cheaper than the rest of LA because they are further from the ocean, And unfortunately, these areas have been gentrified over the years. These areas are where a lot of native Angelenos have lived, but prices have gone up and it's become a more hipster feel, and it's caused a lot of people to move out. So it's actually a place where transplants are very welcomed. I would definitely choose living in one of these neighborhoods if you are looking to save a little bit more on money. And also there's a lot of big sense of helping the community when you're living in these areas. There's almost a brand new coffee shop that you can try every other week if you want, and a lot of neat restaurants to enjoy with your friends. I would definitely move to Silver Lake if you're looking to support small businesses, have nice thrift shops to go to, and if you're a vegan, they have a lot of vegan food over there. And most of all, Silver Lake and these other parts like Echo Park and Los Feliz have really easy access to downtown LA.
I just realized that I said, because you're like, how you say it? And I'm like, oh, Los Feliz. And that's also the wrong way to say it.
Girl, if you guys know how to pronounce Los Feliz or Los Feliz or Los Feliz, Feliz Navidad, then comment below because we have no idea how to say it. Alright, so the next area that I would suggest to live in is West Hollywood. Now, keep in mind, Hollywood and West Hollywood are completely different places. West Hollywood is its own unique city with its own separate laws, and really, they just pretty much have their own thing going on. And West Hollywood is more LA than even real Hollywood. So, first and foremost, West Hollywood is the LGBT capital of the whole entire West Coast. In West Hollywood is where they host LA Pride, which is the biggest pride festival in the West Coast that millions of people travel to every year. The laws in West Hollywood, again, are very loose. You can be really whoever you want, date whoever you want, dress however you want, and you pretty much won't be judged. It's a really carefree place. That's really what makes it unique. So a little bit of history when it comes to West Hollywood is gays and old people. But there's not really as many old people, I think, now. I think it's just a lot of gays now. The gays took over. Back in the early days, there was not as much police surrounding that area, so they were able to implement their own art and their own laws and finally became their own city. A big perk of living in West Hollywood, rent is actually going to be cheaper because they have rent control. You notice that the city of LA had raising rents and they wanted to have their own home to themselves. So they said, peace out LA, we're becoming our own city so that our residents can be who they are and have cheaper rent. Isn't that pretty badass? Yes, he's even nodding yes. Oh, and did I mention Beverly Hills is right next door to West Hollywood. So if you want to be bougie and just live next to Beverly Hills, it's right next door. The next area, the fifth area that I would recommend to move to is Burbank, Glendale, and Pasadena. So this is the area I actually live in. I specifically live in Glendale, but in this general area is pretty much where you want to move to if you want to live in LA, but not live in LA. You get all the Southern California vibes living in these areas, and you really don't have to be directly in the city of LA to experience it. But you also still have that easy access. What's cool about Burbank, Glendale, and Pasadena is it's really more of a diverse area outside of LA. So when I say diverse area, it's pretty much an area for everybody. You can be raising a family and be family oriented. You could be LGBT. You could be a freelancer. You could be really whoever you want. It's a very diverse area with lots of just people living and being able to live in LA without living in LA. Burbank is really cool because it's closest to LA. That's where all the studios are, and that's where all the big boy stores are like Walmart and Target, which there's no Walmarts in LA. So if you like Walmart, move to Burbank. Glendale is a little nicer of an area. It's more upscale. Like Glendale would like refuse to have a Walmart. They would not allow that shit to happen. And pretty much in Glendale, everyone drives a fancy ass car. And it's a really, really nice and clean area. And then Pasadena, oh my gosh, Pasadena has some really great vibes. It's further away from LA, but it's just very historic, very clean. There's lots of shopping. It's all around a great place to live no matter who you are and what you like to do. You can find almost anything to do in Pasadena. In these areas, you'll find your own shopping. Rent is actually a pretty decent price. You can live upscale. You can get cheaper rent. It's kind of like think of each of these three cities as a regular city anywhere else. but it's like its own city and it's outside of LA. That's how populated we are. Like these three cities could be comparable to these three cities separately could be comparable to a big major city in a different state. And last but not least, number 6, the San Fernando Valley. The famous valley. So the valley is a place that is divided between a mountain, so LA's on one side and the valley's behind it. So the valley is useful for a lot of people who want to be in LA and that work in LA and just want a cheaper place to live and don't mind driving over a whole mountain to go to work every day. In the valley, it's about 10 degrees hotter because the mountain blocks the air from the ocean. There's a few pickpocket places that you can find that are pretty good, but they're not really staples of LA. So you'll find a nice restaurant here and there, or you'll find a nice bar, and you'll find some general nice spots, but everything's really above the hill in actual LA. If you are going to move to the valley, one spot that's up and coming is North Hollywood. There's lots of things going on there, lots of fun nightlife. They're cleaning up that area and making it a really, really, really nice area to eat, shop, and hang out in. So that's it. Those are my top area suggestions if you're moving to Los Angeles. I wish you well in choosing your neighborhood if you're looking to move out here, even if it's next week, next month, or a few years from now. If you're watching this video and you have the idea or the thoughts of even moving to LA, you should definitely do it because you're already thinking about it. Just go for it. You only live once. And please be sure to subscribe. I'm trying my best to reach 1,000 subscribers. Help me reach my goal if you found this video helpful, so you can see me making lots of other cool videos to help you in the future. Oh, follow my Instagram too, Johnny P, JAWNYP __ because someone else took the name first. But yeah, I have lots of cool stories and lots of cool things that I share that are more personable on Instagram. And a lot of you guys from Instagram watch me, so you can kind of like confirm that in the comments below if you want. And right now I'm trying this whole new vegan thing and I've been sharing it on my stories. A lot of people have been replying back and giving me tips and suggestions, as well as they're really shocked that I can eat like vegan bacon and eggs and stuff like that. So stay tuned. My vegan videos are going to be coming up in 2020. I'm uploading twice a week. That is 104 videos, and it's going to be all vegan, LA, and travel based. So stay tuned and become a vegetable with me. Peace.